Hi, it's great to be back, as well as thank you Autodesk for hosting our stream. It's always a pleasure. Today, let's first introduce myself. I'm Stefan, the founder of M3DS, as well as I'm a CG artist working in multiple programs for, let's say, for hard surface, rigging mostly, and as well as motion capture. So today I'm going to start with the fundamentals of rigging, as well as we're going to have multiple categories like for basics, intermediate, as well as advanced. So let's carry on, and if you do have any questions, please let me know. As well as today we are going to give away the X-Pen pen tablet. So we're going to try that one out as well, because it's my first time really for making a giveaway. So let's start. Okay, we are back. So we're going to work in Maya. I'm going to use 2019, so basically everything is the same with the previous versions, and you can do it from 2015 until 2020. I think there is a version there. Okay, so we're going to start with the basics for creating a rig from motion capture. So we have here panels, modeling, rigging, animations. I'm going to point out rigging. So from the beginning, just try to see the stream, and afterwards we're going to publish it, and you're going to carry on and try it, as well as I'm going to send you the animations and templates for it, and some other stuff that I think you're going to need. So I'm going to start with skeleton, human IK. So skeleton, human IK. And here we're going to have panels. So here basically there is a rig that is automatically created. So it's as well as compatible with every software like Motion Builder, and here you can create your own basic rigs for your games and for maybe your films. So for the start, from the basics, I'm going to import the human IK example. So here it is. So this is a basic dummy that is created as well as rigged. So here you can see the bones are visible and invisible. So basically you need this to see your rig, as well as now it's when you have textures for your character, definitely you want to select the hip or the root bone, go to attributes and go to display, draw overrides, enable, and you're going to need to place, let's say, some color. Basically red or green will work, but don't choose colors that are already implemented, like this green as well as the blue one. So let me go back to the human IK. So basically here is the character that is selected, and this is the source. So here we're going to implement the animations as well as the rig. So the stance is just for the bones. Here you can paint the bones and the influence of it, as well as you can create the control rig. So the control rig is basically simple rig that you have some abilities to animate a character. For example, you can select this control and you can move the character. So this is pretty nice for the start, as well as we have multiple options. We can click it here and we have a full functional body rig. Okay, we're going to start with the animations. So basically everything that you're going to need here is going to be just the Maya. So no extra animations going to be imported, as well as Maya comes with some motion capture examples, like in general editors, content browser, and here it is, example, animation, motion capture, and we have mockup. So maybe when you install Maya, you're going to need to go to Autodesk and also download these examples, as well as if you don't find them, later on I'm going to upload them on Google Drive and share the link into the description. So I'm going to need this one, cartwheel, import it with the right click, and here it is. So basically we have some basic motion capture. You can use all of this, but I don't think that you're going to implement them anywhere. But if you can, you are allowed to do that. Autodesk Maya, yes. Okay, let's go now to we're going to put this motion capture data into the rig. So basically, because it's automatically correct for this rig, and it's going to be pretty simple and easy. So the source, now I have the motion cap example, and I'm just going to click it. So here it is. It's following it. I'm going to click the mesh, run it here, and you can see it's already transferred. Later on, we are going to learn how to create your own human IK, as well as import the custom motion capture data that we have from Xsense, our motion capture suite, and we are going to clean it. So here it is. I'm going to create polygon primitives, plane, scale it, and we're going to see if we do have any trouble. So mostly you can see that the hands are going below the plane, and pretty much Human IK has a lot of options, really. You just need to figure it out, as well as test many rigs to find a way to solve this. So how are we going to do that? Because our character dummy is already selected, I'm going to the definition. So the definition is actually that the rig is well placed, as well as if it is yellow, it's pretty okay, but when it's red, it's pretty bad. So I'm going to select the reference, it's called. Okay. Edit character definition, edit character. So we're going to have another attribute open, and we need to go to Human IK properties 1. Let me start from the start. We need to go to solving. Okay. Floor contact. And now we have the feet and the hands. Basically now the hands are touching the floor. So I'm going to open the hands and I'm going to turn it on. So it's already baked the animation, and watch it here. The contact is now gone, and basically just this root bone, when it's connected with the plane, then it's like blocking it. So basically the interaction is with the Human IK, and I'm going to show it how it's done. Let's say we're going to create a skeleton, create joints. So pretty much here, if we want to, let's suggest that this is a knee, it's a foot, and it's going like this. So I need to animate it like this, just to get the proper place. So next thing, I'm going to create a IK handle when I need to select the root bone, and then let's imagine that's the foot. So basically now this is the handle, and as well as when it interacts, let's say, with the floor, and it's going to be like blocked. So let's carry on with the rest of the practice. Basically this is going to be a workshop mostly, but we have a character ready for you, and later I think you can have a pretty good rig created for motion capture. So basically we're going to give away 20 animations, so it's a good thing that you can practice as well as know in the future. Okay, here it is. Let's try the foot. Let's just take this character, the reference, go below, so the feet are below the plane, just to see how it works. Later we're going to select the Human IK, going to edit definition, and here in solving we're going to in fit panel. On, and now you can see the interaction, as well as there is a pretty good interaction to the floor, and it has good realistic view. Okay, let's see if you do have any question. For motion capture, what you need at home is basically the cheapest way to create a motion capture is two ways. One is the PS cameras. You need to have 3 cameras and to follow a few instructions from YouTube, as well as the Connect from Xbox. We have that one. It's basically okay, but it's nothing similar because it's just rendered the 2D view, and definitely you're going to need 3 view from every side. That's why I recommended the PS, because I've seen so many good examples with just 3 cheap cameras, and as well as the Connect, the Connect from Xbox is definitely too expensive, as well as it's like 100 euros, and the cable is 70 euros, so it's a no-go. For our motion capture examples, we have motion capture suit. Pretty much it's expensive, but it's used everywhere. So from Marvel movies like the Infinity War, it was used there, and pretty much they have come out with very good examples, as well as it's mobile, so you can take it everywhere. But if you have cameras, you need to, let's say, take your whole setup, as well as you need good lighting for the cameras. So basically, get our money and buy the Xsense tunes. In the following days, Xsense announced that they're going to stream some talk on our channel, so be there and see what they're going to announce. Okay, that is done. So here we can see the interaction. Okay, we're going to with some intermediate stuff or advanced for you. New scene, don't save. Now I'm going to open my character. So here it is. This is created by me and my colleague Andres Milchovsky. He is also a zebra sculptor. So in the following days here he is going to have a presentation where he cleans the scan. So basically, if you want to learn how to create characters and clean them, you can do it by phone and also with simple camera. So here is the character. I'm going to skeleton, human eye, okay. Like I mentioned earlier, there is a create character skeleton. Apologize for that. Also, we have multiple other functions, so I'm going to create a skeleton. Here it is. Like I mentioned from the start, if you do have your textures on, which it's okay and not, when I create the skeleton rig, keep in mind, if your character doesn't have, let's say, the right scale for your game, basically you need to have the right scale, you're going to select the rig and here change the size. So basically I can change it by scaling a little my character, as well as pushing down some of the rig. So what's most important in this practice? The right precision that you're going to place the bones to the right place, as well as if anybody is familiar with the rigging, basically we are not just now importing bones to the character, so we can make it alive. So I'm going to start with the foot. This bone needs to be adjusted like here to the wrist, as well as this is going to be the toe. Okay, the knee, it's always straight, so I don't like that because sometimes it can go like this and let's say the knee will be broken. I just want to a little tip front, and that's worked fine for me. Here is the arm. What I'm going to do with the arm, I'm going to lower it a little so it's okay, something like this. But when you go to the definition, it's pretty much that you need to have a green color, so it's going to be fine. When you place it the wrong way, it's going to be yellow or red. So we have a question. Was Marvelous design used when making the clothes for the soldier? For this one, no. But we definitely using Marvelous Designer. But somehow, I think for the t-shirt it was used. So definitely we're using Marvelous Designer, and you should use it as well. So it's amazing software. Our colleagues Andrei Smilchevsky has amazing skills in that software, so I will going to ask him to make a stream for that as well. Hi Hugo again. Just for the shirt. Here it is. Thanks, Mil. Hugo, I miss you too. Okay, here it is. So this bone is the elbow, and this could be corrected like here, and just like I mentioned, the tip. This is going to be the wrist, and I'm going to place it here. So when you're working with bones, I should like to mention you need to go to the settings and work always as an object. How is that? So I'm going to create a cube, polygon cube. Here is the cube. And when I'm in world settings, let's say I moved the bone. Imagine this is the bone. And when I place the pivot, you can see that it's not well corrected. So when you're using rigging a character, always use the object so you can place the bones correctly. One thing in Maya, you never delete history for rigging. Never. Only non-deformable history. Even I don't do that, so it's pretty risky. And as well, always save as. So this is going to be my second save, and you should make by now maybe 3 or 5. So here it is. I'm going to leave the hand like this, and I'm going to return to the skeleton panel. Here is the mirror function, left to right. So always you need to, let's say, adjust things from the left side and mirror it to the other one. Now I'm going to select the root bone, and with control I'm going to select this group. So this is my mesh, and we're going to skin by skin. So we do need to go to the rigging panel, skin by skin. So I'm going to basically mention a few steps here, but let's reset settings. The first one, join hierarchy. I'm not going to deeply in this panel because we can talk for days. Geotix voxels. This is a function that was created a few years ago, and it was like created with volume. So it's going to follow the volume from the character. Okay, interactive, and that's it. Just apply. We forgot to place the head, so we're going to go back a little. Okay, I'm going to go back. Pretty much, if you do have any questions for characters and games and movies, please let me know. I'm going to answer them. I forgot the head. This is the neck bone. It needs to be here. You can see that I'm working just with one axis. If you do use this one, pretty much there's going to be a lot of problems to the motion capture, not with the rig. So let me see it. Okay, I'm fine now. I need to place the head here. So this is going to drive the whole head. Selecting the rig, control, selecting the mesh, and because we have created the settings before, I'm just going to bind skin. And let's wait a little. Okay, I think we're fine. Here it is. Keep in mind that we need to adjust the influence from the skinning and it's going to take at least few days to make a, a good one. Okay, so we're going with the human IK, and see here we have the character one that we have created. As well as we can rename it military. And now we're going to with control rig and test it out. So for motion capture, what I've experienced in the past, definitely you need to test the motion capture data with the rig before you start painting the skin. So maybe it will not work because the bones are not corrected, and afterwards you're going to have multiple problems and you do need to re-rig it again. So that's why I leave the fingers like this, and it should work fine. Now I'm going to import the animation from the motion capture data. Okay, let me just find it. See animation, jogging forward. Okay, so here is our animation recorded with the XN suit, and definitely it was an amazing sample, and we are going to use it in our game that we're creating. So here is the rig. First thing I need to do is create, we're going to none. I need to create a character definition. So I need to recognize this rig with the human IK so it will work and I can redirect it. So I'm going to open the rig. Here you can see the hips. Create character definition. You need to double click the hips and to go black, and just one click with this one. But still we cannot see any definition, and also we cannot see the character here. So I need to open this one, load that there human IK rig, and okay. By now it's recognized that it's a human IK rig, and I need to go back to the military character. So this one, that is the character, it's the motion capture data, military, and afterwards we're going to with character 1. And you can see that we already have problems with the data. So I need to go back jack. Let us see here what's the problem causing it. So control rig, definitely. We're going to with definition, none. Create character definition, hips, and human IK. Maybe we need to start from the start because this rig will not be compatible, and we're going to use the other one. So here it is. Let's try it again. Go to military character, go to, let's try with none, and then with character. I think the problem that's causing it is the head, definitely. Give me just 1 second to figure it out. Don't save. 6. Create character. This. I'm going to place the character here. Like this. The foot will be adjusted. The neck. Mirror the weights. Select skin by skin. I think it should work this time. So like I mentioned, you do need to have multiple tests, and I will show you our final rig for this character. So it took us almost 3 weeks to create. Have you tried to implement this workflow in Unreal? Definitely it works in Unreal, and all you just need to bake the animation. So pretty much this is simple, but if you try to go live for your, let's say if you have a movie scene, definitely you need to use Maya and Unreal because they are pretty much compatible, and you can third party. So let's say you're going to stream the motion capture data to Maya, and then you're streaming that data to Unreal Engine. So pretty much you're going to have a live interaction in Unreal with a good lighting, definitely, if you have created. But if you do have, let's say, a graphic card like below 6 gigabytes of VRAM, no, you should not try that. Here it is. Okay, let me try one more time. Import. Let's go with backward. Hips. Character definition. Double click and the first click. I need to load the human IK. And now we are pretty much ready to go. Let's create the control rig to see if this is working. Yes, it's working. So none. We're going to character 1 like we mentioned, and going to implement the definition. I don't know. See what came out. Okay. In your opinion, which is the best character artist right now in Macedonia? Wow. That question is hard, and pretty much if I do answer that one, there are going to be a lot of battles. So definitely not going to answer that one, but thanks for the question. Most of all, you can go to ArtStation, but many people don't have an ArtStation. So let's say I have known many artists from Vertigo and FX that they have over 10 years of experience, and they don't have a Facebook, ArtStation, Instagram. So basically you cannot name which one is the best, or the one that works. How much RAM does it take up for the Unreal streaming from Maya or for this? Okay, let me try the animation. Here it is. So basically, don't mind the hands. Here it is, the motion capture data attached to the rig. Sometimes it works, sometimes not, but you need to try over and over so you can give the correct placement of the bones. Okay, here is the animation. So next, what I'm trying to do is bake the animations to my rig. Let's take this as an example, and afterwards I'm going to refine it. So what we are going to do is edit, bake to control rig. Like the control rig is like before when I open the controls to one of the characters, I'm going to show you now. It's going to be baked to the bones and none to the control and none to the bones. So here it is. Let me just see it. So here they are baked to the controls and not to the bones. It's a big difference, just to let you know. I'm going to hide this one, and here it is. So here it is animation. After this session, when it's sent, like I mentioned, I'm going to upload the animations to the Google Drive, and you all can have access to them, and you can practice this at home. Definitely it's going to be easy. So another question. Okay. Mockup is for Maximo. No, but the animations that are created in Maximo, they have been done mostly with motion capture, and many stunts. Motion is from Maximo. No. So motion capture data is created from the XN suite, which you already know that I mentioned earlier, and you're going to create it also you can create it with cameras. I think you can create it with multiple phones, but I don't know how it will look like. But definitely they need to have the same lens of the camera. If they don't have the same lens of the camera, sorry, just no problem. When we are going to do the chat scene, definitely ask the same question as we're going to go through where you can find your best motion capture setup. Okay, here it is, and it's already baked. So we have few problems, because when we created this data, you can see, let's say, came here, this is my polygon cube. The animations for games, they need to be straight and in the middle. And you can see it here, that we need to go to the straight line. So let's do that. Maybe we needed to do that before. I'm going to select all the controls, and I need to play the animations again, and we can see that, let's say, go to the world, that we need to delete the z-axis and also the x, the z, break connection. So basically this is going to delete all the animations to this one, but you can see that now some of the animations were deleted from the other shoulder. I need to, and also delete breakdown, and you can see that that doesn't work. So when we bake the animations, we made a problem, and we need to go back before baking the animation. We went back. So here we're going to select the reference, this one. We're going to delete, like I mentioned, the X and the Z, and you can see the animation now runs in same place. And now we're going to bake the animations to the character. Apologies for that mistake, it happens. So here's another problem. Let's go here, character, bake, control rig. Why does it do that? Why are you bullying me, Maya? It's pretty much, it's getting worse and worse every time. So let's save it. Going to make the third. I don't know how to share the stream, really. Ask Hugo, he is the mastermind of the social media into the CG industry. Definitely. If he's still here. Okay, let's try it again. Bake, let's bake it to the skeleton. It's a large animation, so it shouldn't make many problems, but okay. Here it is. I'm going to hide it with Control and H. Here is the animation. So what I'm going to do now, let's bake it to the control and try it again. Bake to, what is do that? Okay, here is the animation. Why is it making a problem? All killable from channel. I will short it down, apply it again. Okay, it looks like we need to go with bake skeleton. I don't know what's causing the problem, but let's not make it an issue and extend the whole presentation. Here it is. Okay, so we don't need this one. I'm going to hide it, and we need to adjust the animation. So create polygon cubes, like I said. Here is the scale. And you can see here that the character is going to the other way. I'm going to select the root bone. Okay, we have a question. Nightbot doesn't like me. I need to try that one for a giveaway hookup, so okay. Question: what are the three best angles for motion capture? Front, side, or something else? Definitely you need to try front, from the side, and from the perspective, from the profile view. So I don't have experience much with multiple cameras. I only have with one, and with what I can guess is like placing the cameras in these two panels, because like I mentioned, you need to have more cameras. If we, let's say for 12 or 14 cameras, you're pretty much going to have a nice motion capture. On the end of the session, I'm going to send you a video. I think some of my colleagues from Kosovo, they have set up a motion capture stage by that video, and it worked very well, but with the calibration it's pretty bad. So when you make the setup, don't change it. Not even the computer, not even the air in that room. I have a hardware question. I've been getting a lot into short filmmaking, and I need a GPU for rendering and generally. Any suggestion for decent GPU? It depends of the price. It depends of the price. If you do have a large budget, you should go with RTX. I'm going to send a link as well from that, because they are the most powerful graphic cards on the market. But everything above 80 gigabytes, it's pretty amazing. So okay, mock up your rigs using cameras. Okay, on the end, let's carry on. So like I mentioned, here it is. So when I rotate the rig, it's going to be back at the same place. So if the animation is already baked to the rig and I need to change it, how we can do that? So I'm going to select the root bone like I mentioned, going to the channel box and going to the anim layer. When it's already selected, I need to select the create layer from selected, and here we have overlay of the animation. So everything that we're going to change in this layer is going to become permanent. Let's say like this. When you try it, it's still the same. So place it like this, press the S button. So S is like placing keys to every channel to the rig and also to that bone. And here you can see it goes again. Okay, like this one. Let's create the whole character. Let's go back and create one more layer. I'm going to select the main one, the character reference. Select this one. I need to adjust it like a little. And here it is. It goes pretty straight. So don't mind to go your character to go left and right, because when you have animations in games, the most boring thing I can see is one sample of the animation and running, and it's like watching a movie for 2 or 3 times. So basically when you are adding animation, let's say for running forward, you need to have 3 running forward animations, so you can have the player could have even better experience to the game. So here it is. So I'm pretty much happy with this example. So I need to make now the loop. Okay, I can mention here pick. So what I have done is I have selected the root bone and I have deleted the translate X and Z channels. So now the character is running at one place. When you're creating animations for game, this is how you do it. So the character needs to run at one place. Afterwards, it's going to be coded in Unreal or Unity, and it's pretty much very easy there to adjust it. Here it is, and now we need to find the perfect section. So when the foot is touching the floor, I'm going to delete this one. You can see you need to pick a place that is best for the rig. Or here is the maximum speed of my running. So basically this is animated by me. So I was in the suit, so it's amazing really to have that suit, because I was dreaming for 3 years to have it, and now we were able to buy it, and also Xsense to sponsor us a little, and I'm glad for that. Here it is. So basically you can choose the knee or when the left foot is contacting the ground. Okay, I can use this one. So let's delete this one from here. And now the left foot needs to go again. Here it is. So if we can go with one step or we can go with both. So for now, let's go with both. Something like this. So everything will be deleted from the other side. And here we have just 2 run cycles backwards. How we do interact? Okay, I'm going to answer that later. And here it is. Next, I'm going to place this animation to the first keyframe. So how I'm doing this? So when I shift and left click select these keyframes, you have multiple arrows. So this one is for extending the animation. So it's going to be like a slow motion animation. And if you go to the other side, when you squeeze the animation, it's going to be, the speed will be multiplied. So I'm going to use the middle arrows. Going to place it here. And you can see it. Just let me change the animation. So I need to, okay. So what I need to do now, select the root bone, go to mail, type, and with this I'm going to select the whole hierarchy. So basically with right click you can see here the select hierarchy. So this is going to select all of the bones to the rig, and they're going to become white. And you can see that we did make a mistake and we need to go back. So basically from 77, up arrow, delete these keyframes, delete, go back, going to delete the rest of them, delete. So here it is. Now I'm going to shift select it and go, and here it is. With this, I'm going to squeeze the time editor, time slider, and you can see it here that we have the animation. So when already the bones are selected, I'm going to create one more animation layer. And here we're going to start. Just let me shrink the it's pretty important that you need to go to the time slider and adjust it to 28 keyframes, because the animation is ending there. So when I'm baking the animation, the time slider need to see just the animation from the rig. If the time slider is extended, it's going to have more and more animation. And pretty much if you do have a large, keep in mind, if you do have a large animation in one FBX for gaming, let's say implemented to the Unreal Engine, it's pretty much to cut the animation into the engine as well as to control it. So if you do have a animation, let's say rig with animation more than, let's say 5 or 6 megabytes, it will not work. So keep in mind that animations need to have multiple files, as well as they need to be as short as possible. The mail is not visible on the screen share. Okay. Okay. I'm going to select the root bone. And here is the mail. So like I mentioned, I'm going to write select hi. So this, I'm going to place it into the chat. Here it is. And you can have it. So it's like a basic script implemented. So Maya has multiple functions and they're working behind the script, and they have not released it. So already from 2019 Maya, the 2020 was released and we could not see it. So basically there is so much to explore in this software. Okay, I'm going to make a new save. Here it is. Okay, so what I need to do now, when you see the first frame, it needs to be exactly with the last one. So you can see here that we have a problem with one of the foot. So I have shortened out the animation more than I'm supposed to do. But no worries, I'm going to change that. 28. Let's find the correct one. Let's see the right foot. So 0. Let's go with the first one. So correction. 0, 16. So pretty much this will work. Like I said, I'm going to select the root bone. I'm going to tap select hi. Here it is, all the bones are selected because the color is white. I'm going to go back to the base animation and delete the rest of the keyframes and go. So I apologize, we have some technical problems. Like I mentioned, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the frames. So here are the frames. I'm going to, because I have made a mistake before and not actually delete the right keyframes, I'm going to select the root bone, select, hi, and now the bones are white, and from 17 keyframe to 85 I'm going to delete them. I'm going to place here so I'm going to press S. So I'm going to press S. So S is like, it's okay now, I think, right? Sorry, I apologize because my shortcuts are probably working with the mute button. So what I'm doing now, I'm overwriting the animations in this channel. So everything I'm going to press S here in the middle, let's say on the 8th keyframe, on this one and on this one. So basically I'm just okay, will the head pose problem for the loop? It's on the opposite side at the start than the end. So now we're going to override the animations from the first keyframe to the other one. So what I'm going to do now, you can see that's pretty much good question. So from the first frame, you can see the head is from the left side and now it's on the right side. So basically what I'm going to do is middle click and drag. So when I'm holding middle click, it's going to be like the animations from the first frame is going to be freezed. And I'm going to the 16th keyframe, press S, and now we can see the animation is all the same. I'm going to delete this one. And here is the loop. So basically I'm overwriting the animation as now it has the loop. So the animation layers are helping me to adjust these things and also make the loop. So you do need to use animation layers. So can we go with the chat scene, and afterwards we're going to have, even if you do have any questions or you do need me to repeat something, please let me know. Let's go to the chat scene. Okay, on the okay, do you have any questions? Or do you want me to repeat something with the animations? Yes, you're definitely right. So every animation that you need to like place is like for 24 frames. Yes and no, because like I mentioned, you need to have multiple animation in, let's say, for running forward, and you can use any frames as you want. So basically, yes, 24 frames are fine. 50 are great. So we're going to try with 50 frames now if you want. If frame 1 and last frame are the same, set yes, definitely you're right. So you're cutting the cut. So basically one of my let's say CG Rockstar. So definitely let's go to the guest. So what is he's pointing out here is the animation. So you can see it's like ticking, and it's always have a problem with that. So the basically thing that the most easy thing that you need to do is like just make 15. Here it is. So now it's going to have a nice loop. So definitely you're right. Sayel, I think I pronounced it well. How much does the program take up memory? Basically of the, let's say, of the mesh that you're going to import. So when you're working with retopology for, let's say, for characters, you're going to have pretty much many problems, because Maya can take up to, I think, 32 gigabytes of RAM, but definitely just for retopology it has a lot of problem, and as well as with big scenes, when there is a large scene, there is a lot of problems, and you do need to have more RAM into it, as well as processor. In is there a secret to weight painting, or do you need to just okay, you need just to take your time and enjoy the play. Let me just open the, I think I have the rig here. I'm just sorry for laughing because it took me 4 days to paint the skin weights and it's like a lot of pain in the ass. Okay, let's open the scene. Let's first save this one. I'm going to make one more animation with 24 and 25. If you're interested, you can stick around. File, open scene, go to let's see the animations. Let me just check that one if I do have it ready. Military character, no gun. So this was created in Maya 2020, so I think it's not going to open. But we can try the FBX. No, they are created in other scenes. So pretty much for skin painting, what I need to do, start with the basics. I'm going to show you now how to start with the basics. It's pretty much easy, but let's say for this character, my mistakes for this character was that when I was acting these animations, you need to like strap your body because you have, let's say, the body armor. And if you don't do that, the animation will not be realistic. So I was trying to, let's say, move like this, and this is pretty much not realistic. So you can see the skin weights are pretty bad, as well as you can do like this. So I'm going to make an extra session. Paint skin weights. Okay, first let's select the vertices. Okay, we're going to not, with this section, I'm not able to select the bones anymore. So they are in my way now. Select the vertices, paint skin weights. So I'm going to unleash that and I'm going to select this bone. I'm going to put the value to 1 and float it. So basically, you know, now the mesh has maximum influence on the vertices. Now we need to do the rest with this one. Select the vertices, paint skin weights, and I'm going to select the influence of that bone and float it. So you can see it here that pretty much now my model is fine, but it doesn't have any interaction with the other bones. So what you can do, it's a problem when you're creating for games and creating for films, because the motion, I'm going to fix this problem with blend shapes. So I'm going to select this one, skin, deformation. Let's go with the modeling with the shape editor. Animation, shape editor. Yes, with the shape editor. Create a blend shape. So create a blend shape and add the target. So as much targets you have in one blend shape are going to be a problem. So keep in mind that everything that you're going to do in one scene, it becomes a problem and Maya will crash and you need to follow their guidelines. So here it is. I'm already in edit mode. So what I'm going to do is select some vertices. Before that, I need to unselect the joints. Select this one. Go to world. In 4, you need to unselect everything else and go backward. Okay, we're going to have bigger selection. And go backward now. something like this. So this is pretty fast and not correct, something like this. So basically you can see now the blend shape is working. So I need to connect the blend shape with one of the bones that is causing the movement. So let's say, going to turn on the O. So let's say, for example, this one. Okay, let's add also the backpack to it. Vertices, paint, select the influence, 1, and it should be fine. Let me just read some of the questions. With menus can we also almost no work if you mesh is simple, but you have complex mesh with a lot of things near. You will have to with paints manually. Yes and no. It depends of the character. This character has many details which should they not be there. It's like between a game character and a cinematic character. So definitely if I do need to remodel this one, I will make a retopology and bake everything here. So I will not have so much details. And definitely this is going to be the same mesh from the body. That were my mistakes. Can we see the high poly model for this character? Yeah, I think we can. I need to find it, but also I'm going to open the subs painter and you're going to see it there. Is this custom built character? Yes. It's our in-house made character. Yes, pretty much the details. Let's see here. The details were created by our colleague Smilchevsky. He's in the chat, I think. And he's a pretty good ZBrush sculptor. And in the following days, there is going to have a session for cleaning scans, like I mentioned. No, this is the low poly. You can see the topology. Here, this is the low poly. Basically, everything that you need to hide is going to be with the texture. Okay. Okay. Yes, the question is this character developing for our game? We're creating a game, but because of this situation, we have some holdups, and as well as our conference was cancelled. So basically, we didn't make it, and now I'm in the studio and I need to leave here now because we have a police hour. Definitely, we're going to finish it in the future, but this was a good education for us, an example, because when you're starting a game, start with simple stuff like just running, just walking, just a character to interact and shoot something. Not start with, let's say, I'm going to make, let's say, an RPG or a shooter game. Never. Just start with simple stuff and go step by step. When you add your, let's say, animations, first time you're going to make a walk cycle, run cycle animations. And then you're going to have, let's say, jump. And after that, you're going to have, let's say, crawl. After the crawl, you're going to have a punch. You need to decide if you wanted to create a first person or third person game. Make both of them. So figure out how the camera works with first person and the third person. So definitely they're going to have some problems in both ways. For weight painting, apart from the shoulder and hips, what are the next kind key areas that very often need to be focused? For facial or body? Sorry for asking that question, but definitely I need to have an easy answer on that. The biggest problems are this one. So going to with object, this one. So basically here I have just few problems, so it's okay. here is making the problem. When you're going to rotate the leg like this, the textures are going to stretch. I need to repaint it. So here you need to add, you're going to have a paint options that are added, and also replace. So replace is like just replacing the value, but here with the add button you're just over, let me just, it's going to be just like an overlay. Let me just something like this. I need to use my pen tablet here, which is not working, and we're going to smooth it out. So these are the first problems. Here is the second, but mostly with the add option you're going to fix that. The shoulder, I'm going to the here. Basically this part of the body is making all of the problems. Mostly some of the neck parts, but basically it's an easy job if you have a simple mesh. Where can I follow you on social media? On Twitter. You can follow here on Facebook or Instagram. Here's my Instagram. Profile, and there I can interact. Also on LinkedIn you can type and you can find it. I'm mostly active on LinkedIn. Well, good. Save. Okay, see, search him on Facebook, Instagram is mute. Okay, M3DS Academy. Thanks. Okay, so let's start with the giveaway tablet. So mostly, like I mentioned, we're going to give away this pen tablet, and I'm going to try it for the first time to the giveaway option. So bear with me. Here is Nightboat. Okay. For sure, everyone that is interested into getting the tablet, they need to place this code, or we're going to try with random words. Let's say with active users. So if I press roll it, it should work. User active with the past 15 minutes are eligible to win. Subscribers and users. Okay, here are the users. So all of these are, let's make it to 10. So all of these users are going to get tablet. So should we go? Okay, so we have a winner now. So the winner was yeah, Jerry 2. Who is this person? Oh my god, a student from M3DS. Oh my god. Congratulations. So basically in the next in the next following days we're going to have a giveaway. Nice. Let me see the OBS. Okay, so in the next streams on Thursday we're going to have a stream with Eric. Let me just point out the poster. Oh, it's amazing. I can do it. Let's hear this. Okay, not this one. I'm pretty much sure you can see this poster. Okay, like this. So on Thursday we're going to have Eric Smith the director of photography and cinematographer in Pixar. This guy is amazing, really. He was at our conference in 2019. I forgot where I live. My God. And he has shared so many stories how they develop a project in Pixar from start to the end. And also it was a nice presentation because he has mentioned when they're starting to create a film, animated film, they're starting with 3 persons and extending the number of people working on the project to 800, and again developing the whole project with the rest, let's say 3 of them. Okay, so in the next stream, I'm going to give away t-shirts and notepads from Epic Games because they're also sponsors to our stream, and also, yeah, from Substance Painter. So we're going to have few books that we're going to give away. So make sure to be here, and let me just open. So it's going to be on Thursday, 9, something like 7 p.m., something like that. After this session, I'm going to create the poster and update it to the stream. So Jerry too, congratulations to you, really. I'm glad that you have the tablet, and everything was like randomly, so I don't want to make false moves. So for the next stream, definitely we're going to have even more prizes. So you need to go to the academy. But for the people that are outside this country, definitely if you win a prize, we're going to send it by, let's say, from the UPS, DHL, and other post offices that exist in your country. So don't worry about that. Can you show us the high poly model in Substance? Sure. If I found it. Because I have changed the computer and it's pretty much filled. Military character, high poly. Here it is the high poly, so we have multiple shaders, game animations. Thanks for reminding me, I need to send you the animations. Let me see if I can find. The military soldier. Okay, found the high poly. Yes, we will have a sculpt streams with Andre. If it is here, say hi, Smil. We scheduled the sculpting stream on Saturday, I think. Yes, something like on Saturday. Yes, definitely on Saturday. So let me just open it. Let me see if the high poly is here. Close it. So here's Substance Painter. Let's see this one. I don't know if it is the correct one because I have changed the computer and it's left on the network. Let me just find the high poly military character. Here it is, the high poly. Just wait for a second. Okay, here it is. This is the Substance Painter. This is the low poly. I'm going to open the wireframe. So here is the wireframe. I'm going to change it to white so you can see it better. The backpack. The front, you saw the front. The boots were baked in Maya, that's why we don't have them. Here's this as well. So sure, thanks. Here it is again. Let me just again, here is the wireframe. Most of the polygons were took from this side on the hands. Pretty much the hands were okay. So they are pretty low poly. The backpack, I modeled the backpack in Maya, and also didn't my colleague added some details here, I think, and here is how it went. So everything that was created on the backpack it was in ZBrush, the high poly. Let me open now the high poly. So here, oh, this is going to be okay. Let's go with the waist. So we have shirt. I'm going to open also the shirt. Oh, it's going to take a lot of time. Yes, it's a PC game that we're going to develop, but surely we need more people and time. I hope we're going to have that time. Go open it. Here is the waist. So this is the high poly. Black screen or blue one. Here are the details. So it's great that we were able to extract every detail as much as possible. Unfortunately, we cannot, because we have created almost 3 kilometers in diameter from our part of the city. So I'm going to point out just on Google. Data Google Maps. So I'm going to just point out what was modeled. So basically this section, the whole section of this part of the city was created in Unreal Engine. So later on we're going to announce the trailer of the game, I hope in, let's say, 1 or 2 months, and we're going to have a blast. Yes, definitely it's huge, and also too many textures, optimizations. What we were trying to do is find, let's say, the right scale of the whole town, and we have to go on the streets really just to find out how the scale would work. So when you're starting to create a big scene, definitely you need to start with measuring the whole scene. So you're going to make a block out, how large is the whole scene, what are the interactions, and also if you have, let's say, a game with missions, definitely you need to focus on that area as well. So if you're creating the whole scene, don't try to push the details to the whole scene, just to the parts where the player needs to go and finish, let's say, the mission. Or if it is a shooter game, you need to lower the plants. So definitely less trees, maybe, but you can fix that with streaming textures. But there is also problem when you're going to the, let's say, running to a large street, and you're going to see the trees pop up, and pretty much most of the art directors, you can see in our last stream, that they want to cut that one, and also they have a few trees in the, let's say, for Apex Legends. So definitely try that one. Okay, is there any play demo or alpha test? No, in let's say on 2 or 3 months, if we are able to do that, because there is a lot of development on, and our team is small, and we have multiple jobs, and the game that we are creating is just a hobby. So we're trying to have a fun time, and let's say, to test our skills. Don't leak the IP. Okay, thanks for reminding me. Yep, I know Unreal has a bit strange scale as well. Have worked in games industry. Oh. I want to say something, but I'm just struggling to say it. Definitely when you're starting in Unreal Engine, try to learn all of the basics of the engines. All of the basics. How to import a model is not just drag and drop. No. You need to point the right axis because Maya has a y-axis pointing up, and let's go for the end. Okay. So the other axis is in the Unreal Engine the axis is Z. Okay. So when you're importing the materials for the FBX, you need to create them custom, because if you create if they are automatically imported to Unreal Engine, there is a problem with the material and with the roughness. I don't know what's happening, but you need to adjust that one. And later on, yes, that's discussing for the light map. If you don't, let's say, create a light map customly, you're going to have a problem in the future. So definitely, if you don't have a right scale of the light maps, you will have much problems, and the reflections on your textures, let's say the roughness, will not definitely work. So CG Star, definitely I feel the pain. Yep, blockout, you can spacing before adding details. Sure. We'll wait for that trial. Thanks for the support. By the way, from what I've learned, with sculpting it's better to paint the extra small details like those smooth tracks in the pens. Actually no. It's better to paint them and create them into Subs Painter. Definitely in Subs Painter. So the small details that you're going to create in ZBrush, I'm going to go with this scene. Okay, if you try, let's say, to create these details, right? It's not a problem to create them into ZBrush. But I wanted to ask you how you're going to create the low poly. Because let's say this section has display, heads-up display, poly count. Okay, I'm almost blind. Here it is. So we have many polygons. Be sure, if you want to add that kind of details, to delete the other part of the model before you're importing it to Maya to make a retopology. So my retopology, this one was created with one mesh. This has multiple now, but in Subs Painter was baked with one mesh. So my tips and tricks for this one is delete this section of the model, as well as for this section of the model, because it's taking too much polygon count, and now my computer is like with maybe 3 megabytes. But definitely when you're trying to make a retopology, when you're making it live, let's make it live, modify, make it live. Okay, it has to be one model. So you need to combine now the multiple meshes, and afterwards you need to paint, let's say, the retopology. Let me just end. When it ends, I will continue. So we have other question. Do you have the ZBrush file from the West that you can show us? No, I don't have it. I think Smil has it. So on Saturday, I will make sure to let him know that he's going to show the ZBrush. He has other files, so definitely he has other stuff that he has created, and he will show it to you. Make sure that you follow us on our channel, as well as follow us on Facebook, so you know when the streams are created and also streamed. Yes, we do have a problem with the schedule, but I hope in the future we're going to fix that. Okay, because you need extra high poly topo, so the scope those in. Okay, let me just finish with the combining, and I will let you know what's the biggest problem in Maya for retopology. Hello, I work in the games industry. I develop a game. How much years do you have? How much years in experience do you have, CJ Rockstar? DLC suggestion, neighborhood by neighborhood. How long it would did take to make the high poly? Sorry, I cannot read it. How long did it take to make the low poly character? The low poly, basically the backpack has taken away my time because I wanted to make it perfect, and definitely 2 days. For 2 days for the retopology, the high poly took 4 or 5 days, but most of the work took the rig, really. The skin painting is just, I made a mistake when I was trying, okay, let's fix this. Let's fix the knee, let's fix the shoulder. No, when you're starting to rig something, you need to start also like when you're creating a scene with blockout. So definitely you need to, let's say, finish one foot, but most of the characters are not with symmetry. And you need to take your time and have patience as well as save. If you do save your scenes, definitely you will buy more time. If you don't save it, so goodbye. More than 10 years. If you could share your ArtStation if you have, or any portfolio, I'll be happy to see it, see your Rockstar. Okay, I'm going to check it later. It's a pleasure to have somebody with so much experience in the channel. Nice. Okay, here is the high poly. I hope my computer it doesn't work. Here is the problem, because most of the mesh was not deleted from the parts that are not seen, and definitely now I'm going to have a problem. So the retopology took me 2 days, but when I say 2 days, that means that I have worked over 18 hours a day. So I'm not just saying to work 8 hours. Definitely I'm working overtime just to finish it as soon as possible. So in hours, definitely 48, 50 hours I have spent on the retopology for the whole character. But for modeling the helmet and modeling all of the stuff, it took me like 2 weeks, but with 4 hours a day. So definitely over 100 something like that hours are spent on the character for the base. Okay. I'm going to open now the link. Let me see other questions. Love the stream so far. I noticed the advancement with the student sculpting ZBrush. Are those characters sculpted by your colleagues? No. The sculpts that you have seen on the website and all over our portfolio are just modeled by our students. So everything that has been created and published on our social media was created by our students. So that's pretty good, because when we have so many character and models, we can print them. So definitely, let's say this one is created by Stefan. Okay, here it is. So this was just modeled in Maya. Just these parts are created in ZBrush. So definitely this one character took 1 week to create, and also he was on our academy for 1 month. So it was a pleasure to see something like that. Okay. Also Smilchevsky going to point out something on Saturday, and he will show the sculpts, as well as he was our student and now he is our instructor, and I was pleased that a student from my generation has, let's say, beaten me to the race. So definitely he is much better now in modeling. Sigiro, what did you think was gone forever? Okay, Mr. Stream, you need modes. Categories. Hey. Is there any other questions? It looks like that this was blocked, and definitely it will take more time, and definitely we don't have so much time. I need to just see. Okay. I need to recheck the link again, Rockstar, because there is a problem. Google is not giving me a... Okay, I'm now in images. Images, let me just see it. Here it is. Services, people, work. Let me just see. I don't know why it's not showing up. I will check it later. I definitely saw something on the link, so definitely I will check it out. Epic Pete, thanks. We're trying to do something productive in these days, because definitely we are all home and we need to do something. So in the next stream, I extremely apologize for last time from the start, because the channel was muted and we had some technical problems, but in the future we don't have any problems. Thanks, Maya. Maya for Ace. Beep noise, yes. Question, yes. I'm curious about the UVs of the model and the optimization. So when you there is two types of people. I will explain my type. So I'm trying to be as much as specific as possible, cleaning the UVs, because when you have a clean UVs, you have even better light maps in Unreal Engine. So definitely I'm going to say, when I'm going to model a character and also open the UVs, I'm going to that extremely level. So the last two pieces, definitely I'm using automatic UV mapping, because I have enough of it. Here it is, it's unlocked, yes, after 2 hours. So I'm going to open a new Maya and show you the UVs. I'm opening a new Maya, but I want to show you the retopology now. Okay, I'm going to make the mesh live, and now I'm going to start with Quadro. Okay, so how are we going to plan the retopology? Definitely I'm going to make something like this, or if I do want more details of it, I'm going to place it right like here, as something like that. Okay, so here is the problem. If you do, let's say, extrude the retopology, you can see it that is going to the lower mesh. That's the first problem that you're going to have. That's why when you're creating a retopology in Maya, make sure you just are using dots, nothing else, not extrudes. How do you recognize that the extrude is below? When the topology is black, it's fine. When it's going to have, let's say, the blue lines like here, it's below. So see where it's placed. That's why I always recommend to delete all of your faces before importing them to ZBrush, because when they are in ZBrush and have lower topology, it's much harder to delete the other parts of the mesh. So that's the first one. Okay, let me try to open the character. I hope it's this one. Okay, here it is. UVs. I don't think it's this one. No. I will try to find it and send it to you, but this is the test of the character, and the UVs definitely are not these ones. So I don't want to waste more time of this model because I really hate it by now. Okay, few more questions and I have to go. Okay, got the bonus. Stefan have sent you connection request on Facebook and LinkedIn, whichever works for you. Great, thanks. Definitely I'm on both platforms. I'm going to add you. Stay back next stream. I'm going to go work done. Thanks. See you. Literally had the retopo issue yesterday. Thanks, Stefan. Definitely just delete. And when you're trying to make a retopology in Maya, definitely use like separate parts. So like I saw in my folder. So high poly military. I have the waist separated, the shirt, the helmet in the hands, and the character soldier, and also the bullet stripes. This helped me to have an easy retopology because I have fewer polygons in Maya, and when you have more polygons, it's not a problem if you do have let's say a monster PC, but definitely it's going to be even slower. So after every plane that you are going to create into the retopology, you're definitely going to have a problem with that because it's going to be even slower. So if you're trying to retopologize multiple models in Maya, definitely just delete history and you're going to be fine. Last question. Okay. Yes, it's the police stuff. You cannot go. Yes, I'm stuck at work, so it's not a problem. What's your favorite game studio and game? My favorite game, I'm going to start with that. My favorite game is Apex Legends. I said it. For 14 days now I am not playing it because I was upset with the game. First when I started playing that game I was like, okay, let's go research, because back in my early days I had a problem with gaming because I was gaming for 18 hours a day, World of Warcraft, when I was let's say 14 years old, yeah, something like that, and I was pretty much had problems with my parents because I was gaming all the time, and now I'm relieved. For 14 days I'm straight and not playing the game. As for my favorite studio, the CG Project Red. For cinematics, Goodbye Kansas. For games is like CD Projekt Red because of the feature and also for the Cyberpunk, but we're going to see that. And also my second favorite game studio is Respawn Entertainment. That's the studio that created Apex Legends. So pretty much this industry is tight. I'm glad that I didn't say Ubisoft because all of you will be gone definitely. So I think that's it. That's the last question. Anything else? No. Perfect. So, perfect. Thanks again, guys. Stream. It's really a pleasure to connect with you, and definitely in our last streams I was pretty fast, and I was trying to avoid the whole conference and talking about it. Stay safe. Respect the laws, even though we're going to die home because we are not able to go out on the weekends now. But we're going to have multiple streams, and we're going to have even more giveaways. So I'm going to try in the next few weeks to have giveaways for, like I said, t-shirts and everything else, and have even better speakers, even though by now we have some amazing people. And stay safe. See you.